Hi, everybody.
Hey, welcome in.
This is the first time Cynthia's done this recording. Um, anyway, it's my second time. It's kind of a cool feature that StreamYard has. But we are here to talk to you about a live we're going to be doing, a very special live next month. So, as you can see on the banner, we're going to give you information for a memorial for Keith Lewis on June 18th. And I do believe that is the day that he passed away
I think so.
last year. So it was sudden for all of us who, you know, saw him. I was seeing him basically almost on a daily basis right before he passed. And he was so excited. And you would have never known that if he even knew that something was wrong. I know he was getting ready to have his surgery and he passed the night before.
Yeah.
So
In fact, he was the one that got you and I started doing Marco Polos together.
actually, I got him on Marco Polo, and you and I had already
Okay.
been on there. And
Okay.
that's when he started with you because I told him Cynthia and I do Marco Polos.
Gotcha. You know my memory.
Yeah, it's okay. I had told you about it. I was like, oh, these are kind of cool. So, for anybody who doesn't know, Marco Polo is an app that you can put on your phone and you can send video messages back and forth. And it's really cool because it's more personal than just sending a text message.
Yeah.
So, and you can leave a little bit more information. But anyway, Keith used to send me at least 2 Marco Polos a day. And I know he was excited when he found out that Cynthia was on there. And I know he started messaging her as well. So that's why it was really, I mean, he was doing a crochet along with me on my channel, plus working on some cat toys, which we are going to talk to about in a little bit. But I'm going to let Cynthia tell you about something else right now.
So, also for this memorial, we would like to, display some pictures of Keith. And so, if you have any pictures that he has sent you or any of his makes that he sent you pictures of that you would like to send us so that we can put a video slide together, we would love to have those pictures. So, if you have some, if you can email those to me, and in just a minute, AJ is going to
There you go.
put my email address up on the screen for you. But just email me at Cynthia's Joyful Creations at gmail.com. And just in case some of you don't know who I am Cynthia with Cynthia's Joyful Creations. That might have been helpful at the beginning to do an introduction,
Sorry.
but no, that's okay. We just both assume that everybody will know us. But anyway, all
And that's
right.
why some of my people may not know Cynthia and some of Cynthia's may not know myself. So I'm Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch. Most just call me AJ. Um, so yeah. Um, I wanted to add in on the pictures. If you don't have a picture that Keith sent you or something that he made, you can also send something that makes you think of him.
Yes. And I can still include that in the video slide. And so if you're going to send any of that in, it needs to be in by Tuesday, June the 11th. So I would greatly appreciate that. So that'll give me, at least a week from the time that everything is in to the time we go live so that I can have all of that ready. Because it does take a process to get the video, pictures together and then get it, edited and all of that. So want to make sure that we have it done in time. So that was Tuesday, June the 11th.
So there's something else that we want to do in Keith's memory. At the time that he passed, he was involved in a project that I am completely immersed in, that anybody from my channel knows. I make cat toys for a cat mission here. My husband and I take care of a community of feral cats outside. And this mission, they do catch and release. So we will catch the feral cat, and they will take them and get their shots and get defleed for at least then. And then they will spay or neuter them, and then they will bring them back to us to release back here. And then we can provide shelters for them in the winter so that they can stay warm if they want to use them, and food and water every day. So we love our community of cats. And they also provide, if something would happen to go wrong, if we would see that they have some kind of an injury or something, they will take them into the vet to make sure that they're okay.
That's awesome.
So it's a really great program. And they ask us, they would charge us $79 for the spay or neuter, but if we cannot afford it, they do not, make us pay it. They just, let us know that that's how much it would cost us if, we were to be able to pay, because some people do if they can. And unfortunately, we can't. So what I do, as soon as she found out that I crocheted, she was like, oh, we have a couple, events during the year and we sell things. And we had a lady who crocheted cat toys, and she's moved, so she doesn't, do them for us anymore. Would you be interested? And I was like, oh, of course. So I crochet cat toys for them, and then they sell them to make money. I supply my own supplies, but I have had some people who now will send them to me because they say, I don't have time to make any. Here, take these so you can make some. But anyway, Keith loved the idea and the project. And I used to have on Fridays where we would all get together and sit and crochet if, people wanted to, and work on cat toys. And he would come on and off. I have patterns. So if you would need a pattern, you don't have to make them on the night of the memorial, but you can come and crochet with us. I mean, I don't even know if I'll be working on one that night, but it's going to be casual. Just to remember, Keith, you can, in the chat, put down, what makes you think of Keith. We're just, it's going to be a casual night where we're talking and discussing about Keith. But at the same time, if you want to, you can work on a cat toy, or if you would like, you could make one at some other time. And in Keith's memory, donate either to a cat mission in your area, which everywhere has a cat mission. I mean, all you have to do is Google it, cat missions, and how when you're looking for something, it'll say in your area. Yeah. So you can look for one in your area, or if you want, you can send them to me. If you send me an email, I will give you my address, or Cynthia can give it to you as well. But also, I have a lot of patterns. I have the patterns that they sent me that, the other lady had used, and I have permission to send them to anybody who wants to use them. I have other ones that I found that are free. That way I could post the links and the details for, people on my channel who wanted to use them. So I can also email all of those out to you. I will link below the ones that I have links for. The other ones that came from the cat mission themselves, I do not have links for those. So again, I have been given permission that I can send them to anybody who wants them. So feel free to email me if you want them, or feel free to find a pattern of your own and just make a cat toy. So I'm going to show you some examples of the ones that I have. And then Cynthia is going to show you a couple that she's made. I sent her all of the patterns that I have. I have this little blowfish right here. And when I make the fish, I usually don't put eyes in them. Please, no safety eyes. If you put something like eyes or something like that, embroider them, because you don't want a cat to be playing on this and chewing on it and pull the eye out and accidentally swallow it. So there's a puffer fish. And I don't think, did I put anything in him? No, I just put regular stuffing in him. Sometimes I stuff them with just my leftover yarn ends. And sometimes I use regular stuffing if I don't have any yarn ends left. Here I have a cat that I did put eyes in. And this one, if you can hear it, I'm trying to put it up. Can you hear that, Cynthia?
Yes.
I have cellophane in here to make that crunchy noise because I know my cat loves that crunchy noise. She goes crazy for it. So, and I did embroider the face. But again, with a cat toy, you don't have to put a face on them if you don't want to. I have another kind of fish here. And yeah, it doesn't have anything in it. There you go. This is one of my favorites to make right here. Let me see what else. And here's another one of those, a bigger one. I play around with the different size of the yarn, and then sometimes I double it up. I just completely play. This is a different pattern here. Trying to see, some of them I put bells in, but you can't hear them very well because it was before I had rattle inserts. So I think there was a pattern for this. I don't know if I sent you this pattern or not. I may not have put it in the envelope that I have for Meow Mission, but most people know how to do a curly thing. It's just a curly mabob made with 4 colors, and then I put bells on the end. So cats love so many different things. Now, the specific thing that Keith was working on was rings. You know, on your milk jugs, you have the rings that when you open it, that's below it to keep the, it from you being able to open, completely open it up until you get it home. It has that ring at the bottom. So if you save those rings, you can crochet over them. This ring here is smaller. I think this one came off of a sports drink. But you can do whatever your heart desires as far as a design, how many rows when you do rings. Is that one? I'm trying to find. Okay, there's one. This one was more of a shape of a flower. And this is what Keith was working on. After Keith passed, I did reach out to his parents because he was so excited. He was so excited to make them, and he was just getting ready to send them to me. And actually, I forgot I have this. I made a fish, and I can't remember if this pattern, I think this pattern is in with all of them. I didn't like it as well, but I worked on the tail, and I can't remember what I decided to do. And the eyes come out puffy.
Go over a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. There we go. A little bit puffy right here. But then you put a string on it. So you can pull it. I can't remember if I put the string on it. I believe it says to do it in on the toy. If not, I just added it and I just did chains and made sure that it came out of the mouth. Because that's one of the things that people really need to do when you have a cat is play with them, because they like to hunt and prey, hunt their prey. So if you actively play with them, that gives them, it takes out their energy for doing that. But anyway, he was making a ton of rings. He was just about ready to send them to me. And I got in touch with his mother, gave her my condolences and, and everything, and told her how sorry I was. And I asked her, I told her how excited he was and what he was doing. And she was thrilled about that. She said he loved his crochet and he loved his time with everybody. He loved doing his videos and everything, and just being in touch with everybody in the crochet community. And he was making rings. So I asked her, and she said no, she didn't see anything like it. So they must have gotten rid of them. So that's why we thought of doing toys. Oh, I forgot about this mouse here. This is the coolest mouse.
That is cute.
He's one of my favorites to make. In this bag, I don't have a lot of them, but I've made a ton of these for them. So, another thing they wanted that she had talked about was the cat butt coasters. Personally, I don't like making them. So I don't like, that's just not my thing to do anything that shows the rear end. But, or I don't know. Some of the new things they've just come out are kind of cute. But anyway, those specifically are not my thing. But other people like to make them. So, I mean, if you'd like to make something like that, you know, feel free. Like I said, if you have your own patterns, you know, there are a lot of things. I think with the cat, that was just a regular cat. No, that one was for a cat toy. But I have taken things that are meant, you know, for a child, just a small amigurumi, and I've made them and, you know, use them as cat toys. And then what I do before I take them into them is I spray them all with catnip spray. So, and then I let them know that I did that so that they can tell people that, you know, when the smell runs out, they can get a spray and they can spray them. It just makes it easier than trying to stuff it with catnip.
Right.
And that's the ones I had to show.
And I just have two. I made a ball. And then I made this little squiggly, dangly thing. And both of them have rattles in them, like AJ was talking about. And then this one has a rattle.
Yeah.
But
and that one's made to go on the doorknob. They love those.
Yep. So,
and that is one of them that's in the patterns that I have as well. Both of those are.
And they were both very easy to make. I think I made this one in like 30 minutes, and this one I probably took about an hour because I'm such a tight crocheter. But other than that, yeah, they were easy to make.
Yeah. Even
Definitely
if you're not
in real life.
Sorry. Even if you're not into making amigurumi, I forgot to say this. A friend of mine who had never ever done any type of amigurumi before, she started with the cat ball, and she found it, you know, really easy to do. So I would say if you've never made any amigurumi and you don't want to ever make any, the ball is the easiest choice.
Yes.
So everybody, if you know how to increase and decrease, you're fine. You're golden, as it, you know, as they would say. So, and I do have the actual pattern for the ball. You know, I know some people can make them without using a pattern, but I have the actual pattern. I make all of mine with 100% cotton just because they're more durable.
That's what these are, is 100% cotton.
But I have had people send them to me who have used acrylic. I think actually the spiral one that I had in here was made out of acrylic because it was made out of leftover acrylic yarn that I had. So you can use either. Don't feel like if you don't have any cotton yarn that you have to go out and buy some. It just makes them more sturdy. But then again, I guess if I started making them in acrylic, then they would have to buy more every year. So, you know, whatever you want.
Washes better too if you wash them. So
yeah, they wash a lot better in cotton.
They hold up a lot better.
So, okay, I think that's it. Is that our final point?
We're so looking forward to spending some time with you guys on the 18th of June and again celebrating and honoring Keith. He had a big heart. So I know he'll be looking down and smiling.
Yeah, I don't think
we come together.
I don't mean to keep over talking. Everybody else I'm on with, I'm used to when they're like at the end of their sentence. So I apologize. I don't think there's a person that Keith met that he didn't like. So he was just an inspiration. And I don't know if you remembered last year, but I used to put up a Bible verse every day, and I want to get back to doing it. It's just I had gotten sick, and that's, you know, a lot of things for those who've been watching. I have not been putting up a ton of, videos, but I'm getting back to it. I'm starting to put up more. I need to be putting up more because I need to increase my channel. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. When he heard that I was doing that, he asked me, he's like, well, how are you doing with that? Are you getting negative feedback? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, I got to go do that. So, but I know instead of putting shorts up like I did, he was telling the gospel. He would do a video. He would find a chapter that he wanted to read about, and that's what he would do. So he may have done some shorts as well, but I know most of his was going on and, reading chapters and things. So his channel is still up. You can go and you can.
And so is his Facebook page.
And listen to him as he talks the gospel. And we know he's up there watching us.
I know I was grateful when he and Michelle Crochets in Kansas picked up where I left off. Because, I used to do a morning devotion for like 2.5, 3 years. And when I had to finally quit doing that, because I'd gone back to work, and it was just getting to be too much, he and Michelle, they took over doing that. And so it was nice.
Okay, well, we hope to see you on June 18th.
Yes.
We will have some fun. And again, let me give you, this is my email. If you want to email me for information on how to send me toys, if you want to send them to me, which you don't have to, you can find a local shelter. Or if you want patterns more than what I have listed below. So as I said, I've been given permission. I can send them to you. So don't worry about that. So that's mine. And then here is Cynthia's.
And AJ, if they make any ahead of time and they also want to send us pictures of their finished makes, even if they're donating to their own local, we can also put those in that memorial video as well.
Oh, I forgot to say, that reminded me. If you send them to me, I will make a video and show them all of the ones that are sent to me. I know the big event that they have, I think, is in September. So I always give her toys, before then. I think she spreads them out because I don't give them to her before each of the events because it got to be too hard because she would tell me literally like a couple days beforehand. And I'm like, well, I need a little bit more time than that, especially at the beginning when I was just making for the September date. So, but yeah, if you send them to me, I will do a video. I will show them. I will try to hold on to them and try to do one big video. But if not, I'll make a couple small ones because I know not everybody, can send them out at the same time. I get that. I have, I can't either. I have boxes waiting that I should have sent a while ago because postage is just way too much. So if you don't want to deal with postage, please feel free to donate to a shelter near you. And if you send me your pictures as well, even if it's after the memorial, I will put them up and I will show them. So yes, thank you. I forgot that point, Cynthia. We were like, oh, we got to remember all the points and make sure we get this all in there. But if you have any other questions, please feel free to email us. For those who have, our information and that are ready, feel free to message us. I mean, at least for me, it's fine on Facebook. And I'm sure it's fine with Cynthia too. So we can't wait to hear from you guys. And we cannot wait to spend time with you again on June 18th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific. And I'm sorry, but I don't remember Hawaii's time. So can't wait to see you guys.
Yes.
Have a great night. If it's storming where you're at, where it is here, well, you're not going to see this for a couple days anyway. But stay safe with all the weather that's going on,
Yes.
please.
And even the heat. If
Yes.
you're in a heat index.
We've got both. We've got the storms and the heat. And we have the storms and the heat doesn't go away. So we're just getting blasted right now. Anyway, love you guys.
Well, do you have a spiel that you normally say when you sign off on your videos?
Please remember, and I've got my new shirt that says it, you matter. Don't ever forget that. And also, you are beautiful and you are gorgeous. Oh, we didn't say whose channel it would be on. I believe it's going to be on mine, right? Or did we say yours?
It doesn't matter.
We'll figure it out and we'll let you know. I am so sorry. I didn't think about that. We will let you know
Let's do it
beforehand.
on your channel. Let's do it on your channel.
Okay.
That'll help
It'll be
your
on my
channel out. Let's help her channel grow too.
So it'll be on my channel on the 18th at 8 p.m. Sorry, I just thought of that because with my other
that's
that
great.
I do with Kaylin, everybody's like, whose channel is it on this month? And I was like, oops. So, okay.
All right. Well, be joyful. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations. And remember, you are important and you are loved.
And nugs to
Nugs and
all.
joy.
And mwah.